Hello, and welcome to the Section 35N Read Innovation Competition Overview and Instructions webinar. Thank you for your interest in this grant opportunity. This webinar will share an introduction to Section 35N Read Innovation Competition Grant, provide the structure and timeline of the grant, information about the application, reporting requirements, and conclude with resources that will be helpful to applicants. Section 35N of the 2024-2025 State School Aid Fund is an allocation not to exceed $10 million for the Read Innovation Competition. The full name of this grant is Reading Excellence in Advancing District Innovation Competition. The Read Innovation Competition provides startup money to eligible districts to develop and deploy innovative literacy initiatives that make a positive impact on student literacy rates and provides additional incentive money to districts determined to have demonstrated the greatest impact. Funds under this allocation are intended to foster district-led innovations in literacy instruction grounded in the science of reading, provide the state with insights into successful practices that could be scaled statewide, and improve student outcomes in literacy. This chart illustrates the overall structure and timeline for the 35N Read Innovation Competition. For the first round of the competition, running September 2025 through July 2026, the initial grant awardees will be notified in September 2025, with their allocations scheduled for October 2025. There will be a minimum of 36 awards across the two grant categories of elementary and secondary. The maximum award is $187,500 per grantee. Round 1 intends to allocate $6,750,000 of the $10 million of legislated funding. The second round of the competition will run from September 2026 through July 2027. During this round, there will be 6 grants awarded to finalists, 3 in each competition category as designated in legislation. Each grant will be at least $375,000. The total allocated in round 2 will be $2,250,000. At the end of the second round, per the legislated language, a winner will be identified in each competition category. The winning district from each competition category will be awarded $500,000 to continue to support literacy initiatives and other academic needs of the district. All funds awarded in rounds 1 and 2 must be used to implement the recipient's proposed innovative literacy initiatives. All funds must be expended by September 30, 2028. Within the application, districts will choose a competition category. There are 2 categories for competition, elementary and secondary. Districts are only eligible to compete in one competition category. District applicants will select the category that best aligns with the target students for the proposed innovative practice and their local context. Michigan schools include a variety of grade level configurations. The elementary and secondary competition categories are loosely defined to allow for flexibility for applicants. To demonstrate alignment to the science of reading, districts will identify practices that have strong or moderate research evidence from the IES practice guides that focus on reading. The next 2 slides provide more information on IES and practices with strong or moderate research evidence from the IES practice guides that focus on reading. The application is also designed to encourage innovation and support fairness for Michigan's rich variety of districts and learners. The Institute for Educational Sciences, or IES, is the leading authority in the United States of America for rigorous independent education research, evaluation, and statistics. Through the What Works Clearinghouse, they conduct independent reviews of research on what works in education. The term innovation, in reference to the 35N Read Innovation Grant Competition, means new district work related to using scientifically based practices for teaching reading, meaning practices that have been identified with strong evidence, Tier 1, or moderate evidence, Tier 2. In this context, the term innovation does not refer to the use of untested instructional practices or practices that have been reviewed by IES as having only promising evidence, Tier 3, or providing a rationale, Tier 4. To remain grounded in the science of reading per the requirements of 35N Read Innovation, district applications for innovative literacy initiatives must implement practices identified by IES as having strong or moderate research evidence from one or more of the following practice guides: preparing young children for school, 3 practices; foundational skills to support reading for understanding in kindergarten through 3rd grade, 3 practices; providing reading interventions for students in grades 4 through 9, 4 practices; teaching academic content and literacy to English learners in elementary and middle schools, 3 practices. As mentioned previously, the legislative language requires that the innovations be grounded in the science of reading. Those definitions are listed here for your convenience. They are also listed in the 35N Read Innovation application. Eligible applicants include intermediate school districts, ISDs, may submit an application to advance reading performance for students served directly by the ISD. Alternatively, ISDs may apply on behalf of a consortium of their LEAs and PSAs that choose to opt into the ISD consortium. Implementation can occur in some or all of the schools within each LEA or PSA that opts in, as long as implementation aligns to a single competition category. Local education agencies, or LEAs, may submit an application to advance reading performance for students enrolled in one or more schools. Local education agencies cannot apply as both part of a consortium and independently as an LEA. Public school academies, or PSAs, may submit an application to advance reading performance for students enrolled in one or more schools. Public school academies cannot apply as both part of a consortium and independently as a PSA. The 35N Read Innovation Competition Grant application opens in Nexus on Monday, June 2, 2025, and will remain open until 5 p.m. Eastern on Friday, July 11, 2025. Only complete applications received before 5 p.m. on July 11 will be reviewed and considered for funding. The next 2 slides focus on reporting requirements. These reports are necessary to determine which grantees will be awarded additional funding in rounds 2 and 3. Districts will be expected to submit the number of instructors and classes per instructor implementing the 35N Read Innovation practices, numbers submitted via an online survey in January and June. Biannual observation walkthrough data of instruction to verify that the proposed instructional practices are being implemented as designed. Observation walkthrough data are to be collected in all classrooms or settings where the proposed practices are being used. De-identified instructor observation scores submitted via an online survey in January and June. Biannual school attendance rates for each student impacted by the innovative practice. De-identified student attendance rates submitted via an online survey in January and June. Fall, winter, and spring reading universal screening or benchmark assessment scores for all students in the classrooms or settings where the proposed practices are being used, submitted in January and June. Proposed implementation plan and timeline, submitted with initial application, and progress updates submitted in January and June. Description of your district's 35N Read Innovation accomplishments and what has contributed to those successes, submitted via a district-completed online survey in January and June, as well as an online survey for teachers, students, and family testimonials in June. Description of the challenges your district has faced with the 35N Read Innovation Grant and how you are planning to address these challenges, submitted via an online survey in January and June. The Read Innovation Grant website houses a number of resources in one location to support districts in completing the application. Resources you will find here are the memo that was released to announce the grant, a PDF of the application, the grant application scoring rubric, a 35N Read Innovation application checklist, and a 35N Read Innovation frequently asked questions document. Please direct all questions to the MDE Early Literacy at Michigan.gov email address linked at the bottom of this slide. We thank you for your time and interest in the 35N Read Innovation Grant and wish you, your team, and your students all the best.